What's up guys, this is Amit and here is a 1-year update on my Tudor Black Bay Bronze. So there it is, my 2019 Tudor Black Bay Bronze in Slate Grey. I bought this watch back in May 2019, so it's been exactly 1 year of owning it, and I thought it would be a perfect time to do an in-depth review. Now, given that this is a bronze watch, I think it only makes sense that we start this video off by looking at how the patina has developed over time, and I can then get into the details of every single characteristic and tell you things I've liked and disliked in the last 12 months. So let's get straight into it. So let's start with the case itself. Now, what I've noticed since the last time I did a patina update on this watch is that even though the patina hasn't developed consistently, the bits that do develop patina and the bits that don't develop as much patina has remained consistent. What I mean by that is, if you check out my video where I did the 6-month update, this bit here was dark brown, and then there was a little bit of lightish brown here, and then this is dark again. Now that has remained consistent. Obviously it's gone even more dark brown, and honestly it's not just gone dark brown, but somehow it manages to go beautifully brown. Now I don't know if the camera picks that up enough, but this looks really beautiful in person. And then if I move on to this side, again, as you can see, if you compare it to my 6-month update video, the pattern in which the patina develops has remained exactly the same, but the patina itself has gone even more beautiful and even more darkish brown. So if I now move on to this side of the watch, I think this is where I've seen majority of the patina changes since the last time I did an update video. So if you look closely at the section just around the crown, you will see that it's developed some of the green stuff. So let me just unscrew the crown, and then hopefully that makes it even more visible. So there we go. You can see that some of the green stuff has developed around the crown, and in fact even on the crown itself it's gone very visually dark brown. So let me just start by slowly rotating the crown, and you can see some of the changes. So that section there is still a lightish shade of brown, whereas if I rotate it further, this section here has a lot more patina. Just on the side of it as well, the rose logo on the crown itself has gone even more dark brown, and it's just getting beautiful as the time goes by. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit more so you can see exactly how it looks. Now obviously it's very difficult to capture some of these patina details, especially with the lighting I've got, but you can see there's a little bit of gold in there, and then over the last 6 months it's developed really brown, really dark patina around the crown area. And then we can look at this side. Again, like I said, the pattern in which the patina has developed has remained consistent since last time, so you can see that U-shaped pattern. It's just that the patina has gone even more beautifully brown. In fact, that reminds me about one of the comments on my 6-month update video, where somebody mentioned, is it not just a case of the watch eventually going entirely dark brown? Well, yes, eventually this watch is gonna go entirely dark brown, but as somebody great once said, it's not about the destination, it's the journey that matters, or something on those lines. So from that perspective, it's just so satisfying to see the patina evolve, and noticing tiny differences here and there as I wear this watch day in, day out. And just to cover this off as well, the buckles have remained pretty much as darkish brown as they were previously. The only change you will notice there from my 6-month update video is after a lot of you guys commented on how to clean this watch. I did read all the comments. There were some helpful videos as well, and there were some people mentioning how I can use citric acid or citric acid and clean this watch. I don't feel comfortable chucking any of the chemicals onto this bronze watch. This watch is very special to me, so I'm maybe a bit more paranoid about that. But what I've done since the last video is I've just chucked a moist cotton bud, and I've removed all of the green stuff which had developed here in these parts. So again, it's made the watch even more beautiful, and there's just a brown patina on it now, none of that stupid green stuff. So that's how it looks after 12 months now. And so that's everything about the patina. Let's look at some of the other characteristics of this watch. So the next thing I want to talk about is the design on this watch. Now, the more time I spend with this watch, the more this design grows on me, and I absolutely love it. And there are so many intricate details about this design that you really have to spend the time with this watch to notice some of these things. You simply can't see these things from a shop window. So I'm going to try and highlight some of these design features. So if you look at the snowflake hands, first of all, the snowflake hands themselves are so iconic, and I think they look absolutely beautiful. They work very well in the proportions of this watch as well. But if I zoom in a little bit, you can see that they are beautifully finished with what looks like rose gold to me, and in fact all the hour markers also are finished in the same gold, and I think that complements with the slate gray beautifully. And I also love the fact that this watch comes with 3, 6 and 9 markers as opposed to just simply having hour markers there like some of the other Black Bay models. And talking about the snowflake hands and the 369 markers, one of the other things I also love about this watch is the lume. So let me just put this light off for a second. So there you can see it, it's absolutely gorgeous in that green tint to that lume. Now I know that Rolexes come with a little bit of a blue tint for the lume. Again, I haven't seen that in person, so I can't say much about that. But what I can tell you is that in person, the lume on this Tudor Black Bay Bronze looks absolutely beautiful. And especially the fact that it has 3, 6 and 9 markers makes it stand out a little bit, and also adds a lot of character to a Black Bay Bronze compared to the other Black Bay models. And so that brings me on to the final design feature, which I absolutely love. This would be the standout feature for me, and it differentiates this Black Bay Bronze, the 2019 version, from any other Black Bay Bronze that has come before it, and that is the shaded dial of this watch. So if you look closely, depending on how the light falls onto the face of it, you will see the detail in the face of this watch. So it starts off as a very darkish gray on the outside of the dial, and then it finishes off as a lightish gray. Hopefully the camera picks it up nicely enough. Even if you look back at the very first Black Bay Bronze, which was in the brown, chocolate brown color, it had a plain dial. There was no shading to it. In fact, even the Bukara Blue edition had a very beautiful blue dial, but it wasn't shaded. So this one I think is a bit more special because it has that shaded dial in there. Absolutely love it. And with that, I'm going to start talking about the actual movement of this watch. So the Black Bay Bronze comes with Tudor's in-house movement, the manufacturer caliber MT5601, and as you can see there, you literally just get the time. There is not even a date feature, let alone a very advanced complication such as the chronograph. However, this watch is officially certified as a chronometer by COSC, and is waterproof to 200 meters or 660 feet. So it is a proper diver's watch, there is no doubt about that. And one of the other features I absolutely love about this movement is the fact that it comes with a 70-hour power reserve. So before all of us were put into a lockdown, I was quite used to wearing this watch Monday to Friday at least, and so taking my watch off on Friday evening, putting it back on Monday morning, and there was no need to set the time again. Now I'm not saying that setting the time on this watch is a hassle. In fact, I actually love doing that because it's so high quality and you get to interact with the watch a little bit more. But having to do that every week could get very cumbersome for some people unless you have the luxury of a winder. So it was very good to not have to set the time every week basically. So I absolutely love that feature. So the next thing I want to look at is the size and the weight of this watch. Now I know I have touched on these subjects in my previous videos, but since this is an in-depth review of the watch, I feel like I need to mention this again. So if you don't know, this Black Bay Bronze is a 43mm case size, which is the diameter of the watch. Now, I absolutely love the chunkier proportions when it comes to the width of the watch and the overall weight factor. But when it comes to the height of the watch, I feel like it could have done by being a little bit more compact, especially because you get a domed sapphire crystal as opposed to a flat one. So if I can maybe position the watch where the camera picks it up, hopefully. As you can see there, it's got a very domed sapphire crystal on top, which kind of adds to the height. I feel like if it had a flatter glass, it probably would be much better, because over the last 12 months I have banged this watch in quite a number of places. I think most of them have been on my office desk, but I think that's probably because of the height of this watch. Obviously, I have gotten used to not doing that anymore, but still I feel like the height of this watch could have been a little bit more compact. And with that, I'm going to move on to the next feature, which is a strap on this watch. Now clearly I've gone for the fabric strap with my Black Bay Bronze, but you also have the option to choose a leather strap. Now I did try the leather strap before I bought this one, and as far as I am concerned, the black leather strap makes this watch very formal, and I did not think I could wear it anywhere apart from wearing it to office. So I feel like this fabric strap makes it even more versatile, and it doesn't take away any of the dressiness of the watch. It is still suitable in an office environment with this strap, yet it also makes it versatile enough that I can pull it off with a sweatshirt or a t-shirt on a weekend if I wanted to. So that's one reason why I went for the fabric strap. And the second reason is, if you see some of the videos which have the leather strap, you will notice that because the leather strap literally starts here, it doesn't wrap around towards the back of the watch. You will see a big gap between the case and where the leather strap starts, and when it sat on my wrist, it did not sit very well, and I could see gaps which I wasn't a big fan of. So because this is a fabric strap and it wraps around the back of the watch as well, there is no gap between the case and the strap itself. So I actually like that, and it sat better on my wrist. So having had this watch on the fabric strap for the last 12 months, have I changed my opinion about the strap options? Absolutely not. Even if I was to buy this watch again today, I would still go for this fabric strap option. I just think it suits the nature of the watch very well. It makes it more versatile, and personally I just love the fact that it complements the slate grey and the gold accents on the watch face. It has pretty much the same colors on the strap as well, so I think the combination of this works very well. It makes it stand out just enough, and I absolutely love it. Having said that, I have had a minor issue with the strap of this watch. Now, when I first bought the watch, I used to wear it comfortably in the third hole from the top, so that one there, and it used to sit perfectly on my wrist. But over the period of 12 months, it started to become loose, and I had to move myself to the second hole from the top. Again, for a while it was okay, and now it is starting to feel a bit loose on that as well. So that is a slight concern I have. I mean, if that continues to be the case, I am soon going to run out of holes to tighten this watch on my wrist, and so I'm gonna end up having to replace this strap. I don't think you have this problem on the leather strap, because the leather strap doesn't have this clasp. It actually comes with the lockable clasp, as far as I remember. So maybe in that respect, the leather strap is a little bit better than the fabric strap. But again, I would happily take that compromise, because I absolutely love how this looks, the fabric strap with this watch. So for me, that is a minor compromise to make. Having said that, I have kind of figured out how to fix this problem temporarily, and all of that will be revealed in my next video. So again, if you haven't subscribed, maybe that is one more reason to subscribe, so you don't miss out on those future updates. And with that, I'm going to move on to the final characteristic of this watch, which is a unidirectional rotating bezel. Now, I am not a diver by any means, nor have I taken this watch diving even once. I've only taken this watch for a dip at the beach once, and so from that perspective, the only time I find myself using the unidirectional bezel is to actually give a demo to you guys on YouTube. So here we go again. Now, from my experience over the last 12 months, all I can say is just moving this bezel around, it feels like a very high quality bezel, and it has a very tactile and positive click to it. So if you are a diver, I don't think you will have any problems using this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the bezel in my very limited experience with that specific feature. So to sum up my last 1 year of owning the Tudor Black Bay Bronze, I absolutely love it. I personally like it on the fabric strap more than on the leather strap. And the only two issues I have had with the watch so far, one of them is that the holes on the strap start becoming loose, and over time you might run out of these options here. And then the second issue, or slight concern actually, is the height of this watch. But very tiny nitpickings, if you will. Overall, I can highly recommend this watch. I just cannot get enough of it. I try to wear it every single day, and I think it's replaced all the other watches I have in my collection. None of the other watches get enough wrist time as much as this one does. So if you guys have made it so far in the video, thank you very much for watching this. If you have any questions, or if you think I've forgotten something, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try and reply to as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.